Hello to my online learners. This video is put together to give you an idea of your online resources and how you go about seeing what's going on. Now, as we discussed, this class is a blending of both online and face-to-face. So I've set up a little bit of a guideline here to help you understand what's going to happen and how to access these. First thing, there will be daily lectures on Tuesdays and Thursdays at 11 o'clock to 1 o'clock. I will be recording those using something called the Blackboard Collaborate Ultra. Now, to access Blackboard Collaborate Ultra, you go into Blackboard, and on the side here is Collaborate Ultra. When you want to join a class, if you want to join me live streaming at 11 o'clock, there will be a session here that you join. And then it will show up, and hopefully you should be able to follow along with me with the class. Now, unfortunately, because of the nature of the bigness of the rest of the class and the fact that I don't sit in front of a computer all the time, the interaction between us may be limited. I will try to answer any questions, or if you have the ability to text in, that'll be fine, but chances are slim that you'll get feedback there. So the first thing I want you to realize is you can join while I'm streaming it. Because it is recorded, you can watch it later, and all of them will be recorded under Blackboard Ultra. So let me show you here. Here we've gone to Blackboard Ultra or Ultra Collaborate here. Then if we pull down this menu and go to recordings, you will see my recordings. Now, we haven't actually, depending on when you're seeing this, I may not have recorded one yet, but I did a practice here. Practice 2 is the best. Go ahead and give it a listen, so this way you can double check that you can access it properly. I just did a practice just to make sure that I understood my technology. Basically what you've got is a screen capture. You will hear my voiceover and you'll see a screen capture. You won't see my smiling face, and you probably won't see what's going on in the classroom, but I will be capturing what's on my screen, so this way you have the clearest image and be able to see it. And those will be here, so you just click on this, watch now, and you will see what we did in class. So you can either join us or you can watch later using the recordings. I'm not going to post them any other way, any other place. You need to find the recording links. Easily done. It's under recordings. Okay. Then also, I will want you to read through the textbook and use your reading guide just like I asked in the class. So if you go to your Blackboard page, underneath reading guides, here is the reading guide. As I discussed before, the reading guides are in a Google Drive. I have a set made for the older textbook, and I'm in the process of making a set for the 3rd edition textbook, which is the pinky one. Is it pink? What color is it? This one. This is the 3rd edition with the, it's more pinky than the brown one. It's got germs on it. Here's a nice rhinovirus. So if you've got, a lot of bacteria, some nerve cells at the top. Okay, so that's the 3rd edition. If you click on this, here is the opportunity. I go through, I describe the learning outcomes, and this will tell you what you need to know for the class. So read along, follow along in the lecture, or read along in the textbook to figure those out. So that's the reading guide. The other thing I want you to do is check out the additional resources on the Blackboard pages. So underneath Blackboard, here the first chapter is Orientation to Body. So if you look on it, at the bottom I have, Heather and I have posted different topics here. If you need any extra help, here's some extra videos to help you. Okay? So that is an extra way to help you. And please, if you have any questions, email me, and that's important. As most of you realize, I get back to you pretty quickly if you use this email. It is important that you keep up on your own, so check the schedule for progress. The schedule is found on Blackboard underneath the schedule. So you may want to print it up here. I made a printable version here so you know what's going on. Now, one thing we're going to look at is your tests. All tests will be written online. Those that are written in class will have what's called a lockdown browser, and those that are written out of class, you will be monitored with a webcam and also a lockdown browser, and I'll talk a little bit about that a little later on. The tests are 1 hour long. They will open at 11 a.m. on the test days, and for the online version, you have 36 hours to write it. So if we write it on Thursday, if it opens at 11 a.m., you've got all day Thursday and Friday to 11 p.m. to write the test. Okay. In the class, only the first hour is test writing. The second hour, we're going to go back to lecture. During reading week, you will be given a break. I won't be posting anything during that time. Okay, so we talked about tests. Now, in order to get ready for the test, we are going to have a practice test, because ideally, you want to know what's going on, know what type of questions, and also how to get into the lockdown browser. The practice test will start Tuesday, January the 14th at 11 a.m. So if you're an online writer, you have Wednesday till 11 p.m. to write it. It will be a short, I want to say 10 questions, but 10 marks. Very short 15-minute question, 15-minute quiz. There's no marks given for it, and I'm going to give you different types of questions. So you'll be getting a multiple choice, a short answer, a little essay question, put them in a numbering order, a numbering question, and a matching question. So this way, you know what type of questions you're getting. In order to prepare for this practice lockdown test, you need to go and install what's called a lockdown browser. So you need a computer. You need a computer that you're able to download stuff on, and also a computer with a webcam. If you're unable to do this, you can borrow one from the library. Now, the lockdown browser information is found here near the bottom of the toolbar where it says lockdown browser info. You will need to go through these steps to download the appropriate lockdown browser information. Okay? And then it's all there. We'll have a practice test. And when it comes time for the practice test, your practice test will be found underneath the test. And right here they will appear. There'll be two different options. One will be the in-class online, where you have the lockdown browser but no webcam. And the second option will be a at-home online, where you have the lockdown browser and also you will have a webcam. So it will walk you through it and you'll get practice at it. Now, you only have one attempt at this, but your computer, as you log on, will say it'll have 2 or 3 attempts. That's just set into the setup. So if for any reason your internet cuts out or your internet boots you out of the test, you can go back in without any complications. So you're only given one attempt, but I've got extra on there in case of technical difficulties. I can monitor pretty much your every single click on the computer, so I can tell if you had problems, if you got logged out. I can also, with the webcam, any strange movements, it'll flag it, and then I just check and I can see to make sure that you're by yourself and writing. Another thing about the tests is when you're using the webcam, it has face recognition, so you need to have no hats and no hoodies, and also to have a clear desk. And you show me all that, but that will be walked through in the practice test. So that is a little introduction to my online peeps. Hopefully that will get you feeling good about that. And then when you want to actually watch the first recorded lecture, you go to Collaborate Ultra. You'll then go to this top menu up here and go under recordings. And the recordings will be in reverse order with the newest ones on top. Choose the latest ones. And you can probably find a way to speed me up, because sometimes I don't like listening to myself. But hopefully you learn from that. If you have any questions, please email me. Be glad to hear from you. Until then, take care. Bye-bye.